Hi guys, welcome to the system. This is a video to help a user on Discord. Ctrl-Alt-T. I am on ArcoNet from June and last -F. I have been updating of booting up of installing. This is the birthday, right? May the 23rd, then it was installed, and then May 30, June 10, August 13, and now we have to update a month's worth of updates. So it's also an update video, but the goal in the next video then is going to install our VirtualBox system and then see if we can maximize, Ctrl F, if we can maximize anything inside VirtualBox. That's the question that's been put on Discord. Let's first do the update and also think, maybe I should say this in this video as well, what is in the Arch ISO Relay. If you don't know what it is, it's the application that builds the ArcoLinux ISO. There's a list of packages, and Arch is saying we should use the Nox version. So that's the latest built version for the guest utils Nox. And better is that we use the VirtualBox guest utils. So that's the difference. This one, that's the normal one, let's say, and that one is the nightly one, the Nox, the latest code, I suppose. But that doesn't allow us to do Ctrl F. So right Control, there's a button on your keyboard, and then an F for full screen. Press it twice, and it will know, okay, I have 1920 on 1080 in my case, and it goes full screen. So that's the deal. We've changed back to this choice rather than the choice from ArcoLinux, the Nox version, and that will allow us to do Ctrl F. So that's knowledge, experimentation, figuring it out, discovering. So that's one of the things that should be there on your VirtualBox machine, on the guest. So this is the host. We're hosting it on ArcoLinux. This is the ISO. This is the host. We're using this sudo use. We're using, let's see, we're using this ISO. We're using UEFI as boot up system. We have Qtile here as X11. There is Qtile Wayland, but it's highly experimental. We only hear people say it just doesn't work. So we'll just have to wait for the developers to make it work. And then we have grub as choice, not systemd, this kernel, and that's the version of the kernel that we're using. So we might have two kernels. So this is the working kernel, or 3 or 4 kernels, right? But that's the one in use. We have SDDM. We are not on an NVIDIA machine, and so nothing is set. So that's cool. And then we have this information. There's no modules available since NVIDIA not there, right? So that's about the information we can see here. Let's update the system. So what do we do? A month's worth in Arch is this, right? That's something you have to live with or decide not to use Arch. As simple as that. Anything ArcoLinux related, don't use it. If you say, wow, that's just too much for me, the way where I live with the speed of the internet, the stability of the internet, I just can't, well, do this, right? So that's the decision making up to you. As you see, I have 20 parallel downloads. That's something else you can decide to do. In my piece of the world where I'm living and Pacman, we do have quite the possibility to have a fast internet. So 21 parallel downloads is what I've set it to do, and it goes super quick, of course, because it's all parallel. In this jump, we'll see the Pacman 7.0. We've seen some issues with the change because the jump from Arch Pacman 6 to Pacman 7. Some packages, that means some AOR maintainers need to undertake an action, or the users need to take an action and rebuild it. And Paru, Git, and YGit are at this point in time the packages to use. So they have been built already and are already on ArcoLinux repo. And the other package that had issues with the update from Pacman 6 to 7 was PAMAC, and Octopi, both related to installing packages. Pacman changed the package manager. So that said, it gives a bit, well, there are other things, of course, that happened, and you can, and that's why we do it in a terminal. You can read it. You can take your time and scroll up and say, okay, what else has been changed? Is there information I can learn from this line of code? There is a new code here, new configuration, upgrading Nano, but it's the new code is in here, so we could compare the old with the new and see whether we want to change it. But if you are a guy who says I'm gonna reinstall anyway, doesn't matter, right? If you're just learning at this point in time and not keeping it as a rolling device, saying okay, I'll keep it for years, then maybe, yeah, then it's relevant to have a look and compare. And otherwise, yeah, in a clean install, you will have again the new one. All right. So information available. This is another thing we've made in a video, shown in a video, with the update of Pacman. It says we have a new one, right? We have a new way of making packages. We have a new way of defining Rust, and we have a new way of new code, new lines in Pacman. So you can compare these and decide to add the line in. That's in one of the latest videos on YouTube. So that's it. I don't think we had any Qtile updates, but we can have a look and scroll up. Ooh, right. I don't think it's in here, but ArcoLinux Qtile, if it was in there, ArcoLinux Qtile, if it was in there, we jumped from this version to this version. Two things you can do. Either you say, I'm gonna compare. This may be interesting to show you. So this is the folder that makes it work. That's the heart of the system. And indeed the skull is the, let's say, the new heart. Let's do a transplant, right? So Qtile and Qtile. This is the new code. This is your code. And if it's your code, might be, I do sometimes Control-C, Control-V. You know, I'm on chat.wm. I have a chat.wm mine, right? This is a Qtile mine. And if I change something in here, I can always check back with compare. So the easiest way, I think, is not comparing these two, but maybe do a skel. So if you don't know what skel is, here's the link. Click on the link. Lots of videos about skel. So YouTube, our YouTube channel, skel, 4 letters, S-K-E-L. Now it has been copied over. So we have a backup, but also this has been overwritten. But we've just made a copy, right? We just made sure that our code is not overwritten. Well, it is overwritten, but it's so easy to get it back. Because we go for file filters, we don't want to see what's the same. We just want to see what's different. And it seems I just changed one thing. And the only thing I changed was the fact that Atom is no longer in our midst, right? They stopped doing this development, and we've replaced it with code. That's it, right? Atom code, Atom code. So basically we didn't change anything. It's just a name, something that launches if you press Super F2. That's it. Okay, so that's fine with the same Qtile as before. And let's finish the video here. And let's install VirtualBox in the next one. And inside VirtualBox install something. And then do Control F full screen.